today's video, we're going to be breaking down a little bit of free agency. An article dropped on the Sporting News from NFL.com. A writer there talking about that Detroit Lions should look to pick up another player in free agency. So we're going to break down that player. We're going to break down other players at that same position. Should the Detroit Lions look to do that? We'll see the pros, the cons, the good, bad, and the ugly. Let's go ahead and jump into it right now. So from Logan Ulrich, he is a writer from NFL.com. He posted an article that the Detroit Lions addressed the edge rusher position on day 3 of the 2025 NFL Draft, as the team selected Boise State's Ahmed Hassanin with the number 196 pick in round 6. Hassanin was a productive college player and has the potential to develop into a starter. However, the Lions should look to acquire another starting caliber pass rusher to pair with Aidan Hutchinson. This is something that we have been talking about all offseason. Even before the offseason, the Lions should look to bring in a veteran to pair with Hutch. You look at the Lions' room full of pass rushers right now, it's not that great, right? You got Aidan Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, Joshua Pascal, Al-Kadeen Mohammed, Ahmed Hassanin, Pat O'Connor, Mitchell Agude, Isaac Ukwu. That is the Lions' depth at the pass rush position. And in a minute, we're going to go through all their stats, tell you why I think the Lions should look at least to get another player on this defensive line to help them out for the 2025 NFL season. But before I do that, you're going to want to hit that notification bell. Why is that? Because now we're dropping 2 videos a day. We're bringing you the latest news and legacy videos so you get your Lions content. Let's go ahead and break down the Lions pass rushers this year. We're not looking at a lot. Aidan Hutchinson, he was injured, as you know, at the Cowboys game. He had 12 solo tackles, 7 assists, 7 tackles for loss with 7.5 sacks. He led the team, folks, with 7.5 sacks. That's not that good, especially that it's great for him, but not for the rest of the Lions players. He was balling, but the rest of the Lions players wasn't. Then you get Zadarius Smith, who the Lions traded for. He gave the Lions 7 solo tackles, 5 assists, 3 tackles for loss, but 4 sacks. That's it. McNeil, he was doing it, right? But he's injured for the beginning of this year. Halfway through the season, 17 solo, 8 assists, 7 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. Al-Kadeen Mohammed, 3 solo, 4 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Pretty good. It was a good pickup, and I'm happy that he's on this team. And Joshua Pascal, 11 solo, 12 assisted, 4 tackles for loss with only 3 sacks. So the numbers are just not there right now. When you're thinking about a Super Bowl caliber team, you want a little bit more. You'd want another pass rusher. Now, when it comes to the edge help position and when it comes to what the Lions need to do there, they need to get better. They definitely do. They need to get better at that position. And there's an interesting caveat, though, to that, is who is going to step up for the Lions if they decided not to? Who's going to get the help there? So I got a question for you. Who is going to have the most sacks opposite of Aidan Hutchinson? Who do you think is going to be? Marcus Davenport, someone else, or Al-Kadeen Mohammed? Give me your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about the player that Logan would like the Lions to sign, and that is Jadeveon Clowney, formerly of the Carolina Panthers. Says, and NFL rumors Logan Ulrich believes that Detroit Lions should sign former Carolina Panthers edge rusher Jadeveon Clowney to fill the pressing need at the defense position. He's really high on him. And if you don't know Jadeveon Clowney a little bit, he's 6'5", 266 pounds, 32 years old, college out of South Carolina. You predominantly know him as the first overall pick from the Houston Texans years back. Took him before Reggie Bush. He's been on multiple teams, and then the Carolina Panthers was his last team. Look, he would bring some help to the Lions. There's no doubt about it, and I think he could bring some experience and some quality talent to the Detroit Lions edge position. But I don't think the Lions really need to go ahead and jump on a signing for him right now, or if that case, any player at the moment. We have time before training camp, and right now you're getting free agents that are available, like a Jadeveon Clowney, Zadarius Smith, or whoever is out there on the free agent market. Some of these individuals are simply waiting for the better deal of the contract, as well as potential injuries in training camp, so they can have better leverage with a better contract given to them. As you know, these guys, they're older veterans, and they're waiting for the right decision. They're waiting for the right program, the best that they can get when it comes to playing time, when it comes to contract, when it comes to being with the right team. These older veterans are waiting for the right situation. And there's nothing wrong with that at all for them to do that, but it makes it so it's a little bit more difficult if clubs are wanting to sign a player. But expect signings probably to, if the Lions were to make a move for a signing, it would happen maybe while training camp is taking place, but I wouldn't expect anything right now. Again, we're going to go over some other players as well as the positives of signing him. Hit that notification bell before we do that. Let's go ahead and talk about what he could bring that's a positive to the Detroit Lions. One of those is run support. He is pretty decent there at run support, even at his 32 years old now. Remember, if you're bringing in Jadeveon Clowney, this is a player that's going to be a rotational piece. It's not an every down guy, okay? So just understand that. So he's going to help run just on said downs. And same with the rushing ability. He's actually pretty good with that, good with the bull rush, even though he's 32 years old. You can easily put him on passing downs, and he could still get to the quarterback. He can. Just he's not an every down pass rusher anymore. He's got great experience. He's been in the NFL for a long time. He knows how to work his hands. Obviously, he knows how to go against the veterans on the offensive line. He brings a lot of experience to the table. He would be a great depth piece for the Detroit Lions. Again, we're trying to get better depth-wise, not necessarily needing to get a spectacular player. We don't need to go get a Trey Hendrickson, right? It would be great to have a Trey Hendrickson or a Max Crosby on the opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson, but it's unrealistic, especially when it comes to the money. And he can bring a veteran presence that brings quality depth to the Detroit Lions. And that's not a bad thing at all. But not everything is going to be good. There is some negatives as well. He's 32 years old. That is definitely a negative. Older in the tooth, long in the tooth, but beggars cannot be choosers when you're at this position, as we're getting close to the 2025 training camp, right? They want to have the bodies in there. And it's not like we got a draft and we're already done with the draft. We're now picking up the scraps. The potential contract cost right now, and it may be in a little bit, it could be a little bit higher from what the Lions are wanting to give out. So that is a potential negative for this football team. As you know, Brad Holmes is very frugal when it comes to his money and how he spends his money. And he's not going to overpay for anybody. We have now seen that throughout the years. Injury concerns. Jadeveon Clowney has been dealing with injuries throughout his career. He played in 14 games last year, so it's not like this guy is going to come out here and be a juggernaut for the team and be reliable all the time. That's just not going to be the case from what he brings. But again, when you're talking about a rotational piece, you're not expecting Jadeveon Clowney to come out here and be on the field 24/7. He's not the guy. He'll be a guy. And I think that is a very big positive thing out of a negative situation. Yes, it's negative that he gets injured, but if he's not on the field as much, he's more refreshed. His body is more refreshed. He's not getting dinged up. He's not hitting the field much. He's not getting more risk of getting injured. When you have more bodies just going after the passer, because you would have Joshua Pascal, you have Al-Qadim Mohammed, you have Levi Uzurike sometimes play on the outside as well. There's other players that, like Trevor Nowaski, they do pass rush with Derek Barnes in the Sam position. So there's ways that the Lions could utilize getting his talents, and that could benefit even with the lack of snaps that he gets. So it's a negative can kind of be turned into a positive situation for the Detroit Lions if they wanted to go that route. Again, you're going to want to hit that notification bell. We are literally dropping 2 videos a day now and we're doing our live stream, trying to give you the best content that you deserve. Let's talk about other players that the Lions could look at this position that is currently available on the free agent market. You have Preston Smith, a player that the Lions could look to get. I would go another route for sure, but he is available. DeMarcus Walker has actually come in and visited with the Detroit Lions, so if they're wanting to bring in a veteran like Walker, no doubt about it, they got a good idea from him. They're interested in him. You don't bring anyone in here unless you're interested, especially with Brad Holmes. And to think about, it's not just interested in now. What if there is injuries? They've already brought him in. They can just easily go ahead and sign him, and that's what the Lions will do. We talked about Jadeveon Clowney. Zadarius Smith, we have talked about him countless on this channel. It makes all sense in the world. Familiar with the team, it'd be a lock-in. Von Miller, definitely older in the tooth. He, coming from the Buffalo Bills, the Lions could bring him in. He would definitely be a situational guy. But you're having a player, he would bring some positives regarding the veteran mentorship, but he's starting to get older. And Matt Judon, probably the second best player on this list that the Lions could get. The Lions would love to have a player of his caliber. I think the issue with Judon could be contract as well. Some of these guys, they're dealing with contract situations, and so that could be a situation where the Lions may want to go a different route. But those are players that the Lions could look at the edge position to really help them out. I legitimately think that they just need one more player, and they're pretty much good to go with the depth, and that'd be one more player at the edge position. I think even safety is good because we're seeing the undrafted and our rookie perform well in rookie minicamp, so maybe not even need another position there, just going with the edge position. So give me your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about bringing Jadeveon Clowney in or any of these other players?